Okay.
What's up, guys?
Hello, fellow adventurers and planeswalkers. Welcome back to the Knights of Argos. My name is Lee.
I'm Brandon. And Justin. And this morning we played a new game that me and Brandon haven't played, which is called The Last of Us. This is kind of an old game back in 2013, 2014, right? But me and Brandon have not played this before, so you're going to get our reaction on this. So Lee's going to take it off from here, and we'll see that.
Hey guys, welcome to another game tasting. Today we're going to play The Last of Us. Now, The Last of Us is a single player game with an emotional, engaging story that tugs at your heartstrings and makes you question the morality of your characters. The game starts with introducing Joel, the main character, and Sarah, Joel's daughter. The world is about to collapse due to a mutated fungus called cordyceps. This makes people insane, attack, and infect other humans. The opening ends with a somber tone, and your journey begins 20 years later. In this new harsh apocalyptic world, Joel becomes a smuggler and is taking charge of delivering and protecting a girl named Ellie, who is about the same age Sarah was 20 years ago. It is clear from the beginning they bump heads, especially with Ellie's very rebellious teenage personality with a sailor mouth to go with. Ellie is very caring and wants to help other people, but she isn't a fool either, conscious with Joel, who has been jaded over the years and has a select few he trusts. Throughout your journey, you acquire and part ways with other characters until it's just Joel and Ellie heading to their final destination. Along the way, not only do you begin to learn more about Joel, Ellie, and their dynamic, but the world around them and the tough decisions that need to be made to survive. With all said and done, let's watch the other members play through the beginning and see what kind of impression they are left with.
So Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Main story.
Okay, do it. So, Last of Us.
So, again, walking in blind here. First instinct is to throw the TV. No, your first, what do you think of it just right away from this screen? What do you think?
I mean, right now, it looks pretty good. Like, visually.
What
right
are you
now.
expecting looking into this? Like, obviously, okay, overgrown trees, or, vinage, foliage, if you will.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, apocalypse, some sort of, or maybe like unkept house, the like house on the hill, at the end of the street, last person to live in the house. Who knows? Again, walking in blind. Old game, older person, still haven't played it. You know what? Let's do it hard mode.
Hard mode. You want to play?
Also, by the way, I'm not playing. Justin's gonna play, so
I'm doing normal.
Okay.
So, normal. New game. Ew, a little dust.
Ooh, the dust.
That's actually pretty cool.
Looks good. It's literally just dust on the screen.
It's like,
we're
oh.
talking about how good it looks.
It's like my TV's just broken and breaking right now. I'm guessing this is how it loads.
Oh, okay.
And-
I was like, I'm looking really intently. I see that figure in the middle. That may just be some smudges on the TV.
But I think that's how it loads, and I think that's a very clever way of doing that. Okay.
Tommy, listen to me. He is the contractor. He's the contractor, okay? I can't lose this job. I understand. Let's talk about this in a moment, okay? We'll talk about it in a moment.
That leather couch, though.
Hey. Scoot.
The Scooby, wow.
A neighbor, huh?
He's still doing that. It's late.
Cord, what time is it?
It's way past your
But
bedtime.
it's still today.
Honey, please not right now. I do not have the energy for this.
Here.
What's this?
Your birthday?
Ooh.
You kept complaining about broken watch.
So that is something
So
that's going to be recurring through the whole game. Like the last scene of the whole game is like finding the watch, like finding the arm and the watch, and like the girl's the last of the people.
I think it's stuck. It's not.
What? No. Oh, ha ha.
Where did you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore.
Good. We started helping out with the mortgage then.
You don't condone that. But that's fun.
Wakes up and he's gone. Oh no.
You lie.
I'm ready to be scared. I don't know why. I'm just ready to play a video game where I like get scared. Also, good music. Good music. Our video editor slash cue card holder told us that this is good music and good soundtrack. I could play this part.
This is probably this takes place a while back because we don't have landlines anymore.
Uncle Tommy, what time is it?
I need to talk to your dad now. So
Well,
Uncle
Damn.
Tommy? Hello?
say bye-bye to Uncle Tommy.
I wonder if we're supposed to like pause there. If there's supposed to be like something in the back that was going to give us clues about who we are, what we're doing.
Shit. I'm gonna
Oh,
be
it's ready to
crazy.
go. I'm so scared.
Ooh. That's actually pretty smooth. Slow. It's telling me to go over here.
I'm so scared.
Dad?
Look out the window.
What's
Yeah.
What's in here?
Bathroom.
Ooh, what's this? Spikes.
Mysterious infection.
Oh,
Oh, no.
no.
Crazed woman kills husband, 3 others.
Oh. Sounds a little too relevant.
Daddy?
I swear, if something busts out of one of these doors, I'll knock over the camera.
You in here? Where the heck are you?
Damn, Dad. Laying underwear everywhere. Oh, dirt. Oh, look at that.
Oh God, indeed, woman. Girl, woman.
Dad?
Oh, no.
What if you could see another shadow, like walking
Todd.
behind you?
No, that's some Resident Evil kind of stuff. I don't know if it's that much.
What is going on?
I'm worried. I'm scared. I actually don't know how to commentate right now.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? What do you think is gonna go on?
Son.
Ooh, well, hold on. I'm gonna be.
8 missed calls. Where the hell are you?
The-
Call me on my way.
I don't know, man.
Keep the phone.
No.
Keep it.
Where's some knives, man? I need some knives.
Yeah.
Oh, fridge. I got to. Oh, I'm going to be home late tonight. Go ahead and order. Oh, well,
Where is he?
that's from. That thing is moving, bruh.
The tire swing's moving.
No, I don't like that.
All your doors are locked. Oh!
Sarah, are you okay?
Yeah?
Did anyone come in here?
No, who would come in here?
Don't go near the doors. Just Stand back there.
Go near the doors.
Dad, you're kind of freaking me out. What's going on?
It's the Coopers. Something right with them. I think they're sick.
I'm kind of sick.
Hi.
Jimmy!
Okay, good.
Come here. Come here. Jimmy!
Dang.
Don't!
You shot him.
Sarah,
I saw him this morning.
listen to me. There's something bad going on. You've got to get out of here. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? How dare you send your child? Okay, with your uncle, with the uncle, either actual brother or.
You have any idea what's going on out there?
I got some notion.
Holy shit. You got blood all over you.
Hey, man, let's just get out of here.
Half the people say they lost their minds.
Please go.
Okay, L2.
Or a parasite or something.
Oh, okay, I can move around.
You gonna tell me what happened?
Later.
Cool.
Hey, Sarah.
I like the smoothness on this. It's smooth because when I'm rotating around, the girl moves with the camera. That's something new.
Cell phone. No radio.
Why didn't he grab the cell phone? She knew that it was working.
Shut up.
But I mean,
Go.
unless it was just cut out now.
It's dramatic, dude. Dramatic. Makes it more dramatic.
So this is why in an apocalypse,
Get the hell out.
I'd be ready.
That's right.
Okay, so where's this set?
Probably a lot.
San Marcos that way, Austin that way?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what the sign said.
Yo.
We in Texas, bro. What did that say? San Marcos? San Antonio.
Oh, dang. This is Texas. Texas.
That's why I was like, they're headed to 70, and I was like,
They got no clue.
wait.
85.
Get the old town.
First they say it's just the sound. East Coast, West Coast.
That's a whole house on fire.
That's Lewis's farm. I hope that some bitch made it out.
There's just like 4 bodies running after you. Like,
Oh, Lord.
No, of course not.
Let's see. Austin,
They said it's just
Deerwood.
We're good.
Didn't Jimmy work in the city?
That's right, he did. We're fine, trust me.
Alright.
Wow.
See what they need. What do you think you're doing? Keep driving. I got a kid, Joe. So do
But we
we.
have room.
Keep driving, Tom.
ooh.
Oh.
See, like in situations like that, I don't know. Like,
Someone else come
again, like apocalypse, you know, end of the world, things, craziness like this. How much do you open your
Because then they
doors
take
to
because then they
strangers?
can take advantage on
Yeah, take advantage. They take your resources. I mean, you have to be selfish, but you also like need to be a good person.
that. That's the worst thing to do.
Your mother had the same damn idea.
That's the worst thing to do, to go into try to go into a big area, a big city. Oh,
no. Turn it around, turn it around, turn it around.
Did you see that? Turn here.
Oh my gosh.
No, those are regular people.
What are they running from?
Exactly.
Try.
I know.
You can't stop here, Tommy. I can't fucking drive through them, Joe! Out there! They're behind me, too! There! Hold on! Go!
No.
Oh, dang.
We had one job. Which was
Uncle
to survive.
The uncle had one job.
Uncle Tommy. Zoom in and watch. She's gonna take the watch.
Dang. Okay.
Ooh, he plays the dad as well.
Oh, poor truck. Oh, dang. Yeah.
Come here, baby. Come here. What is it?
We're gonna need to run.
So now you're gonna play as the uncle? No.
No, I'm playing as the dad, and we're just running.
This looks crazy.
Oh damn! She's just standing there and kicked the. Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to go this way.
I want us to watch this later and realize that this is like week 48 of COVID pandemic.
I hope not.
I hope not too.
Oh, dude. Move!
This is crazy. I thought it said Amarillo. I was like, I
Yeah.
know where we are. I was like, how did Amarillo become in between San Marcos and Austin?
Oh, where we go? Oh, I think I took a wrong turn.
I think we just lost.
Oh, dang. Oh, this way, wow.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you. I know we're just starting. Thank you for letting us.
We would die in an apocalypse. Oh!
You square.
Get
You
it,
square him.
get him, Uncle Tom.
God damn it. We're almost there. We're almost there, baby. They're getting through the fence.
Heck no.
Were they biting through the fence?
I mean,
Come
I
on.
would imagine so.
Go. Go in. Get to the highway. Go. You got Sarah. I cannot run. I can make you there. Hurry.
Take the gun!
Oh no! Oh, that sucks. That you have to let the guy.
You have to what?
Like the guy was there, just like almost getting eaten. It's like, oh. No. Oh, there's dudes following me. Oh heck no.
Okay.
It's okay, baby. We're safe. We're safe.
Hey, we need help. Stop.
Please.
It's my dog. I think her leg's broken.
Stop right there.
I've seen this.
We're not
Sick.
Got a couple civilians in the outer perimeter. Please advise.
Eddie, what about Uncle Tommy?
You just have to move back around, okay?
Sir, there's a little girl. But... Yes, sir.
Oh no.
We've just been through hell. We just need.
What?
Please don't. Oh no. Sarah. Move your hand, baby.
Dude.
Listen, I need to move this way. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me.
Oh my god.
I'll
The
pick you up.
twist, the gag, the
No.
goofery.
It's not even by the zombie dudes. It's by the government. Ugh.
Sarah. Baby.
Mm-mm. Why? Why they do this to us?
Don't do this. Baby.
But those tears though. Those tears though. Those are actually.
I was ready for this game to be about her. And her navigating through this. And now it's going to be about a heartbroken dad.
Other than the tragedy, the visuals were really good.
Yeah. Like, that was cool. That was fun. I got lots of questions.
All right, 3, 2, wait. Oh.
Keep that in.
Lee, where are you going?
We used to do it by the rug.
What happened?
It moves.
It's like, oh, these guys are I can't control it. It just does what it wants. 3, 2. God damn it.
I'm ready.
3, 2.
Whoever's phone that was, they're fired. Oh, it's Justin's? Never mind. I don't have that power. Seth, you're fired.
Okay.
Yeah, cut.
Yeah, featured lead.
We do it again.
Get that.
Lesson number 1 for motorcycles: do not keep your do not let go of the handlebars, both handlebars, at low speeds, or at all.
High speed?
High speed.
Fine.
Totally.
Okay, now that you guys played the beginning of the game, what do you guys think?
The last time we did one of these, we did a MOBA, right? We played Smite. Can't remember what that acronym was for. I know, that joke is getting old by now. So what would you call this kind of game, or how would you categorize it?
This would just be an action horror survivor.
Okay, so how does that relate to, or for someone who doesn't know the categories of video games, what does that mean?
So in this game, as you play through it, it's just more of a linear single player mode. And throughout this game, you end up using a lot of stealth, trying to survive your way through the world of infected and humans alike.
I don't have like a question, but I do have like, what I liked about this game is that it made you think about morality, about human nature, humanity, basically. Because in that particular scene, you would see like people getting jumped on by these zombies or infected. And you know, what would you do in real life if you saw somebody? Like usually you want to help somebody out, but overriding with all these infected, and you have your daughter or son right there, you're holding in your hands. Well, you have to be, I hate to say it, selfish to go out, but you're preserving yourself and your loved ones. So it's like, it makes you think about that. And it's like, and I think that's what really caught my attention and made me think.
I saw it as like, would you risk the health and survivability of your child by trying to rescue someone else, trying for all of you guys to get out of there alive, versus being safe and doing just that one pathway of saving your child, you know? And like, I can understand in a survival game, you know, you want to make not only the right and good decisions, but like the ones that are going to keep you alive.
Yeah, I think that's why this game kind of gained popularity, because this game dove into putting you in the situations where would you save yourself or would you stop and help like your fellow man, you know?
Yeah.
And it puts you in situations where you're against other humans, but against the infected with humans as well. Like there's certain situations where you're like, should you just leave the weak behind? Should you just save yourself? Kind of, it really just makes you think, like, how would you respond in the real world? Like, if this would actually happen, how would you respond?
So throughout the game, I know we only played like the beginning part,
Yeah.
but do you get to make those hard choices later? Like, does it give you an option to say, like, if you come into a situation like that, like, go this, like, not say like, turn left to save the city, turn right to save yourself, you know, but like, you can either do one or the other. Do you get to make those hard choices?
It's seen through the perspective of Joel and Ellie. She's the girl in front of the box, like that you see
The cover.
on the cover.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah. So a decision that's being made, it will be by the character, like in their struggle, their journey going through this world.
Oh, okay.
And kind of just piggybacking on just like what I said before and what Brandon said, I think like a good story to keep audience engaged is the whole question or thinking about a certain subject. Like I said before, it made me think about morality and humanity. And I think any good video game or movie, if it makes you think, it already got your attention just by simply doing that. And not saying that, you know, all video games need to have that, because like, for example, Doom, it's a pretty straightforward thing. Just go be a like a big bad mother and just like killing all aliens. Pretty simple. For, you know, being a 2013, 2014 game, it's actually pretty good on the graphics too. I really like it. It's beautiful and it makes you think.
Yeah, and technically where we are right, not technically, but actually where we are right now and what's going on in the world is
Yes.
still relevant.
It's
It
still
is
relevant.
still connecting to things that we're continuously thinking about, and just topics and issues, especially now, about like the rights of the people going through a pandemic. You know,
Yeah, the pandemic, curfews, things of that. Like it said during that first scene.
Yeah.
I was like, curfews, infections, things that are happening on on media. So it was just like, oh, that's a little fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that in a game that came and that appeared and was played years ago before
Yeah.
what we're in right now. I mean, obviously, it's cool to see that a game that came out a couple years ago is still relevant now. Different situation, but still the same topic. So I know I said it earlier in our playthrough stuff, but I was so invested with the character Sarah, right, the daughter.
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
beginning. I thought the game would be about her experience, especially because she was the first character we played.
Yeah.
So automatic, emotional connection. I am so sorry that I didn't get to touch the controller once for the 3 things we did in the walkthrough. But anyway, we had that emotional connection. It was very strong right away. And I can tell that, or I think I can tell that there's gonna be things fueled by emotion. So if this is a very emotional game, did you ever get emotional? Did you cry? Did you cry the first time you played it? Did you cry every time that you've played it since? Did you cry thinking about it?
I'm gonna be honest. I did not cry, but I did tear up because it's very relatable, and it's very human. Like, it's just very bare, and just like, these are the people that are going through this situation, and this is how they're feeling, and this is how they're reacting. So it felt very real.
Yeah.
And I think this is why this was such a popular game, and it is still now.
Yeah, I think especially in a game that can tie to very personal and very intense emotional things, we forget that that's so much part of the game as well.
Yeah.
It's not just do the objectives, win the game, do this. There's also in storyline games like this that there's so much attention to the emotion, the connections that are happening.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see. I haven't finished the game. Justin hasn't finished the game. But at the end of it, do you think that it ends in a way that there could be more material, like an expansion, a second game?
Yeah, so there is DLC to this game where it explores more about Ellie and where she came from. Because when Sarah dies and then it goes towards you actually playing, it's 20 years into the future, and Ellie is she's 8 or 10 years old. So she was born in this situation of infected, and this is what she knows. So it goes back into a little backstory of her.
Okay.
Regarding a second part, there is a second part. It's coming out, I think, in July 20 something maybe.
If not, we'll correct the date on screen.
Yeah, I'll put it
To be revealed.
somewhere. So yeah, there is a second part, but there was a kind of a fiasco with Last of Us Part 2. Because I know you guys aren't up to the news or any of that. I am, and for any of you, please don't spoil anything. I got spoiled everything. I know everything, and it's
We didn't, so.
We didn't tell him.
the internet did. But yes, there's a second part, and there's kind of this big thing with the part 2 that's coming out next month. And it's I'm gonna give it a fair shot and play it through. I'm not prejudging it based on what I've heard and seen. But yeah, there's a
Well, that'll be
It's a big
exciting to
thing,
see.
yeah.
Maybe if we can get hands on a copy of it,
Yeah.
that could be, another game tasting for us.
Yeah.
Definitely.
After we play through the whole game, so we know what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
However you want to.
Just
start
lead
the
it up.
adventure.
Lee it up.
Lee it up.
Oh wait, sorry.
Thanks for watching Brandon get scared and Justin play through the beginning of Last of Us.
Like and subscribe to become a Knight of Arios. And follow us on Instagram in the link down below in the description.
So today we're going to ask you guys a question. if you've played this game, we want to know why you like it. People that have played it have liked it for different reasons, so we want to hear from you guys. Why you liked it, what your different experience was, and yeah, just let us know what you thought of the game. So leave a comment in the comment section.
So with that, fellow adventurers and planeswalkers, we'll see you next time.